Chosen One. God's timing for you. July 20th. Listen early. God's timing is not just perfect. It's divinely appointed, intricately designed, and unfailingly precise. July 20th is not just another date on the calendar. For you, it's a divine moment, sealed in heaven and ready to unfold. This isn't a coincidence, and it's not random. It's a sacred alignment. You may not understand everything right now, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. In fact, what's ahead of you on this specific day will reveal that everything you've walked through, every delay, every tear, every silence, was leading to this exact moment. This is the timing of God. This is the timing for you. Watch this video until the very end, because July 20th holds something uniquely divine for you. This is more than a message. It's a spiritual key. And write your warmest wishes in the comments along with the number 777. This is your moment to align your words with your faith, to send energy into the universe and release the vibration of breakthrough and manifestation. Wishes do come true when your spirit is in sync with divine timing, and that timing is now. Now, Chosen One, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Chosen One, you've waited for a long time, longer than most. There were seasons where it felt like nothing was happening, when all you could see were doors closing and promises delayed. But deep inside, something was always telling you not to give up. That something was the Spirit of God whispering to your soul, holding you steady until His moment was ready. And now, here it is, July 20th. The release, the arrival, the unraveling of what was hidden, and the revealing of what was promised. You didn't miss it. You didn't fail. You're right on time, because God is right on time. You see, divine timing never operates by human clocks. It doesn't move faster just because you're tired, and it doesn't slow down because others doubt. Divine timing is eternal, woven into the fabric of destiny. And your destiny is about to speak louder than the silence you've endured. July 20th will confirm it. Something is going to shift. Maybe not in a way everyone can see, but you'll know. You'll feel it in your bones, in your breath, in your very spirit. It's going to feel like a sudden release of pressure, like the opening of something sacred, like peace and clarity that wasn't there before. On July 20th, God will mark you with favor, and not the kind of favor that comes and goes depending on moods, circumstances, or opinions. This favor is foundational. It's established. It's tied to your purpose. You will see that things you once had to chase will begin to chase you. People who overlooked you will now be drawn to your light. What seemed impossible will seem effortless. Because when God says it's your time, the earth responds. Creation obeys. Doors open. Hearts shift. Situations rearrange. Not because of who you are, but because of whose timing it is. Chosen One, understand something powerful. Waiting on God is never passive. It is the most active faith there is. You weren't just waiting, you were enduring. You were preparing. You were maturing in ways you didn't even realize. That quiet obedience, that prayer you prayed when you had no strength left, that forgiveness you gave when you were hurt beyond belief, it was all part of this. It was all part of the divine setup for this moment. July 20th isn't coming to reward you because you were perfect. It's coming to confirm you because you were faithful. This is your divine intersection, where preparation meets revelation. You're not arriving empty-handed. You're arriving full of lessons, full of wisdom, full of grace, and most importantly, full of quiet authority. July 20th is when your authority will be activated in a way you've never felt before. Not loud, not boastful, but undeniable. People will begin to sense it before you even speak. Your presence will shift rooms, because God is stepping into your timeline and turning it into a testimony. You are the living proof that patience pays off, that faith unlocks, that surrender wins. This is not the time to doubt. This is not the hour to second-guess what you've already survived. If you knew how close you were to the turnaround, you would be weeping with joy right now. You would be dancing instead of pacing, singing instead of questioning. But that's okay. God understands your exhaustion. He sees the way you've been holding on with trembling hands. That's why July 20th is laced with grace. It's not just about opening new doors. It's about healing you from the strain of the ones that stayed shut for so long. It's about rest. It's about rising with renewed strength. You don't have to force this. You don't have to beg for it. When God says it's your time, it's your time. And no man, no devil, no delay can cancel it. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are perfectly aligned. The same divine hand that held you through the storm is now lifting you into your season. And there will be signs that you are on the right path. Confirmations so specific you won't be able to deny them. Encounters so timely, they'll take your breath away. Provision so sudden, it will feel like a dream. This is what divine timing looks like. On July 20th, pay close attention. The signs will not shout. They will whisper. They will come in the form of nudges, feelings, opportunities, sudden clarity. Trust your intuition, because that's where God's voice is echoing right now. You may meet someone who changes everything. You may receive a message, an invitation, a chance to step forward into something new. Do not hesitate. Do not let fear delay your yes, because you are not the same person who started this journey. You've been refined. You've been purified. You've been chosen for this moment. And here's the most powerful truth of all. What's coming on July 20th is not a reward. It's an unveiling. God is not giving you something random. He is revealing what's already been yours. You've just been hidden, protected, covered, and now He's removing the veil. You'll understand why certain things didn't work. Why you couldn't fit into certain circles. Why doors that looked good didn't open. Because you weren't being rejected. You were being redirected to the appointed moment. The exact place. The exact hour. July 20th. Your life is about to accelerate, but not in a chaotic way. Not in a way that overwhelms you. It will be a holy acceleration. An unfolding that feels so natural, you'll wonder why you ever worried. You're going to experience ease where there was resistance, flow where there was frustration. You will no longer feel like you're pushing against something invisible, because what was blocking you is now gone, moved by the hand of the one who set this date. Chosen one, this is not just timing. This is divine orchestration. And there's more. Chosen one, now that you've felt the stirring in your spirit, now that you've heard the whisper deep within saying, "Get ready." It's time to step fully into awareness. Awareness of who you are. Awareness of what has been prepared. Awareness of what this date truly means in the spirit. July 20th is not coming to fix you. It's coming to activate you. The version of you that has been buried under disappointments, doubts, and unnecessary delays is about to stand up. The real you, the empowered you, the chosen you, that part of you that heaven already recognizes is about to be revealed on earth. You didn't choose this timing, but it chose you. That's the mystery of being chosen. You didn't make the schedule. You just kept showing up with faith. You didn't write the script, but you obeyed the direction. Even when it made no sense. Even when everyone around you doubted it. That's why this moment has your name on it. God's calendar has always been filled with appointments just for you. Moments when the unseen becomes visible and the impossible becomes real. And now, your name is highlighted in divine ink next to a date. July 20th. On this day, something will be sealed. Something in the unseen realm will shift so profoundly that even your physical reality will begin to align. Yes, you'll feel the ripple. You'll sense the opening. You may not be able to fully explain it to others, but you won't have to. This moment is between you and God. Others will see the fruit later. They'll notice the changes, but only you will know the sacred exchange that took place in the stillness of your heart on July 20th, when the heavens whispered, "It is time," and your soul answered, "I am ready." And here's what you must understand. This day is not about rushing ahead or doing more. It's about surrendering to the flow that's already begun. There is a divine current carrying you now, a momentum that didn't come from striving, but from alignment. You aligned your heart. You aligned your actions. You trusted when it was hard. You stayed humble when it would have been easier to be bitter. And that alignment has opened up a divine release that no human effort could manufacture. July 20th is not about working harder. It's about walking into what's already been worked out. This shift will affect more than just your external life. Yes, doors may open, opportunities may present themselves, finances may increase, but more than anything, your inner life will transform. You will experience a peace that doesn't make sense, a calm confidence that refuses to be shaken. You won't need validation. You won't need to explain yourself. You'll simply know. And that knowing will radiate. It will attract what is meant for you and repel what no longer belongs. Because divine timing is not just about what comes to you, it's about what no longer fits. Let go of the idea that you have to make everything happen. That was never your role. You were called to believe. You were called to walk by faith. You were called to stay open to divine instruction. And you've done that, even in your weakest moments, even when you questioned yourself, even when all you had was a flicker of hope. You kept that flicker alive. And now, God is breathing on that flame. July 20th is when that flicker becomes a fire. And that fire will be the light that leads you into the next chapter. Some of you have felt forgotten. Some of you have wondered if God skipped over you, if the timing would ever come. But the truth is, nothing about you was ever overlooked. You were hidden, not rejected, preserved, not abandoned. You were kept in a divine cocoon because your flight needed full wings. July 20th is not the beginning of your story. It's the emergence of your purpose. It's the moment when the layers fall off, when clarity overtakes confusion, when you finally see what God saw in you all along. And yes, the enemy tried. He tried to break you with delays. He tried to discourage you with silence. He tried to use people to plant seeds of doubt in your spirit. But here you are, still standing, still believing, still moving forward. That's why this moment is so powerful. You didn't just survive. You grew. You evolved. You became stronger. And now that strength is attracting what was delayed. It's calling forth what belongs to you. July 20th is heaven's response to your endurance, a divine affirmation that your wait was not wasted. Pay attention to the people you meet around this time. Some will be carriers of your next season. Some will speak words you've been waiting to hear. Others may challenge you in ways that sharpen your vision. Don't be afraid. You're not entering this moment as a seeker. You're stepping in as one who has already found. You've found alignment. You've found strength. You've found peace. That's what makes you unstoppable now. Not because you're loud, but because you're deeply rooted, anchored in purpose, grounded in timing. Chosen one, you will not miss what belongs to you. Not this time. Not in this season. July 20th will come with opportunities that only your spirit will recognize. Don't let fear speak louder than faith. Don't let distractions cause delay. Don't hesitate when your spirit says move. You've been trained for this. Every loss, every lesson, every lonely night has prepared you for the moment when heaven opens the gate and says, go. July 20th is that moment, and you are more than ready. There's a spiritual confidence rising in you now, a quiet certainty that you are being carried into greatness. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to convince anyone. Just walk in it. Let your presence speak for itself. Let your fruit prove your faith. Let your life be the evidence of divine timing. Because after July 20th, things won't look the same. Your energy will shift. Your clarity will sharpen. And your path will become unmistakably divine. This is what you've been sensing. That stirring, that feeling that something's close, that's the timing of God brushing against your reality. It's the merging of the natural with the supernatural. The moment when what you've prayed for begins to show itself. The moment when what's been stored up begins to pour out. And when it does, it won't trickle. It will flow. You will feel the release. You will feel the lift. You will feel the favor rush in like wind. The weight you've been carrying is not yours to hold anymore. July 20th is the handoff, the spiritual shift, the holy reversal. What was heavy will be light. What was closed will be open. What was unclear will make perfect sense. This is your divine unlock, your moment of momentum, your invitation to rise. Don't second-guess it. Don't wait for another sign. This is the confirmation. This is the moment, and you were born for it. You are ready. The timing is here, and heaven is watching to see what you do next. Chosen one, you've been navigating life with a quiet courage that few have noticed. But heaven has not missed a thing. Your tears have watered the very soil that is now ready to bloom. Your silence has been louder than 1,000 voices in the spirit realm. And your faith, your unshakable belief that something more is meant for you, has opened a sacred gateway. July 20th is the moment you were being prepared for while others were watching nothing happen. This is not just a season. This is a divine eruption, a holy unfolding, and you're walking right into it. What you need to understand now is this: divine timing doesn't come to reward performance. It comes to honor obedience. You obeyed when you could have walked away. You stayed when the road made no sense. You forgave when it was painful. You trusted without a blueprint. That is what moved the heart of God. And now, because you chose obedience over comfort, clarity over chaos, purpose over popularity, your moment has arrived. Not because you chased it, but because you were prepared for it. You didn't force your way into the spotlight. The light has come to find you. There's something sacred about the way God moves. He doesn't shout, but He shows. He doesn't beg for attention, but He changes everything with one decision. And July 20th is one of those decisions. A shift that cannot be reversed. A divine release that is being made public in the spirit before it ever touches the physical. The instructions will be simple, but the results will be extraordinary. Watch closely. Your life is about to become the evidence of what it means to move in God's timing. You'll feel the alignment before you see it. You'll know it in your bones. You'll breathe deeper. You'll stand taller. Something in you will shift before anything outside of you does. That's how divine timing works. It rearranges you first. Then the world responds to the version of you that has been reborn. Don't be surprised when you wake up on July 20th and nothing looks different. But you feel different. That's the signal. That's the spiritual activation. The moment the inside aligns, the outside has no choice but to follow. Some will call it luck. Others will say it's coincidence. But you'll know, this is not luck. This is what obedience looks like in full bloom. This is what favor feels like when it rushes in after years of silence. This is the flood that follows the drought, the clarity that comes after confusion, the peace that sits on your soul like oil. It's going to make sense, not just to you, but to those who watched you and couldn't figure out why you kept going. They'll finally see that you weren't crazy. You were called. There's a heaviness lifting now. The cloud that hovered over your decision-making is disappearing. You're going to feel a stillness that tells you you don't need to panic anymore. You don't need to scramble. You don't need to search in desperation. Because the path is being made clear. The right people are being positioned. The divine connections are coming into view. And the opportunities that once seemed impossible will now begin to reach for you. You don't have to chase what's yours when divine timing is involved. It finds you. It embraces you. It wraps around you like destiny itself. Let this be your moment of still trust. Breathe it in. You are not early. You are not late. You are right on time for what has been spiritually marked for you. July 20th is not random. It is sacred. A spiritual timestamp that releases what could not come until now. You may not see fireworks. You may not hear trumpets. But the angels will be rejoicing. The heavens will be moving. And your soul will feel the weight of alignment, the peace of divine positioning, the thrill of forward motion that no longer feels like resistance. There will be signs all around you, but the biggest sign will be the stillness in your soul, the calm in your heart, the deep sense that you don't have to look over your shoulder anymore.